You ready? What's good? All right. 1, 2, 3. You know what? Let's not even start that way. That's inauthentic. How you feeling, my guy?
I'm good.
Yeah.
yeah. There we go. There we go.
You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling.
You feeling great?
I love this space.
You like this? I like this space too. I like this space too, man.
It's been a long time.
This is a good vibe. I've just, filled up on my chicken gizzards. And my chicharrones and chicken gizzards. Did I say chicharrones right?
No, you just don't rones. You did it right in the beginning. Chicharrones.
Chicharrones.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
My pussy got wet.
Ooh.
That R was rolled so hard, my pussy got wet. That was a nice one. Chicharrones.
Chicharrones. I have like honestly, that's kind of like something that we usually have like Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, we take like the green bananas, like we'll boil them. It's kind of like an escovitch.
That's some broke nigga shit. You talking about?
Nah, I mean, yeah.
You have pork grinds for Christmas?
No, I meant the gizzards. That is hilarious. No,
this nigga was playing.
Yeah, because the crispy part when you roast the pork, that's chicharrones too.
This nigga said, back in my day.
Back in my day.
We used to go to the bodega December 25th and
we
eat
shared one
chicharrones
egg
by the fire. This nigga, this broke ass niggas.
Everyone
man.
shared one egg. I'll get the yolk.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Nah,
That's
but
hilarious. But
gizzards are fire though.
But gizzards are fire. And we were talking, before we were recording about alternative meats. You know what I mean? And how, I feel like, honestly, a lot of people, the American population, but truthfully, the white population, I think struggles to understand the beauty and the deliciousness of alternative meats. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have the gizzards, right? You got all sorts of intestines. You know what I mean?
Chicken feet.
You got chicken feet. That's the thing.
Pig's feet, cow's feet.
The feet of everything. Just feet.
Yeah.
Just feet.
I just made like a fish head soup, and they think that.
That's the funny thing too. You were like talking about how your mom was sick, and you made a fish head soup, and I was like, immediately once you said it, I imagine it took me back to the 4th grade.
Nice.
Telling a bunch of white kids that my favorite food is oxtail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're like, yeah.
And that's the funny thing about it, because that's not even like that bad, because it still has meat on it.
But they don't realize that, because it just sounds like it's just so it's other. I understand it's not even necessarily like a mean spirited thing. It's just like they're saying pizza and French fries, and I'm saying the tail of an ox.
Mind you, they're eating hot dogs and all that.
Oh yeah, which
weird
is
stuff
the just tail, eyelashes, butthole.
Buttholes.
It's mostly butthole. I don't know if you knew this.
With the stank still in it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely with the stank.
You gotta have the stank.
I don't know if you knew that, but
what's up, brat? That's the stank.
Oh yeah, brats
see that water?
Brats are 90% asshole.
Yeah. That's ass juice and belly button.
Not even animal asshole. Just like Oscar Myers actual asshole. He chips off a little bit of piece every single time. You know what I mean?
Imagine he just like puts one inside of him, packages it. You got to figure out which one is the one.
He bends over. I swear to God, at the end of every assembly line, he bends over and he goes, "Time to scrape."
Time to scrape. Oscar's Meyer.
Yeah, he sprinkles a little bit, right? A little bit of.
It all smells the same.
A little bit of Christmas spirit in there.
Somebody having like a hot dog water smelled butthole.
Yeah, your family gathering around the fire for Christmas to have a bunch of Oscar Mayer hot dogs and
inserted Oscar Mayer.
Boys and Girls High School alumni.
No, but going back to like the oxtails, it's just crazy. I saw this video on Instagram where it was this black dude, right?
Yeah.
And he went. This is probably in Virginia, and he was like 5 white kids, and he was like, "Yo, man, I told y'all yesterday that I was gonna bring y'all something different." And all the white kids like, "Yeah." And like,
you told me about this.
Yeah, and then it was like, but it was big pieces of oxtail, and they were dogging it down. They was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so good. This is so good." He's like, "Yeah, white boy, I told you." He drank part of them, and they have all this oxtail just smeared all over their face. Like I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yes,
it's
but
so used to just burgers and hot dogs, like it's just what happened. Like,
but you gotta be like. Here's the thing, though. That's hilarious, but you also gotta understand, like, you gotta think about what your face looked like the first time you ever had oxtail.
Regular,
you know what I mean?
I had to eat what was on the plate because if I didn't, I was gonna catch a licking. Like my face, this was my face. Like, I was shitting myself. If I didn't eat what was on the plate, bro,
that's facts.
I wasn't eating.
That's facts. But I feel like we constantly, this is a new thing. Maybe this is a new TikTok trend, but I've even done it before TikToks existed, showing my friends, my white friends, different foods. That is a criminally like underrated thing.
Yeah.
Showing white people, specifically white children, exotic foods.
Yeah.
And watching them eat it.
Exotic food.
Especially when you know it's delicious.
It's just
so you can like watch the mental like walls in their mind start crumbling down.
Yeah.
It's like everything like they're sealed in like a cinder block chamber of like what they've been taught their whole lives and like fucking like all sorts of different bullshit that their grandma raised them on, and you know what I mean? All they've eaten is chicken cutlets for the last 12 fucking years, and chicken cutlets are fire.
Yeah, it's fire.
But it's only that. And you see, and then you give them a piece of oxtail, you give them some fucking gizzards, you give them the chicharrones,
and they'll eat it. That's one thing
and
about
they eat it, and they're just like, I don't. Dude. What is reality?
Shout out to white guys. They're
reality?
They're ballsy.
They
when
are.
it comes to eating, just different. Because there's a limit for me. I'm not gonna eat a bull's testicle.
And I'm glad you brought
but
that.
They will do it.
I'm glad you brought that.
And
in.
it's not foreign because in Ecuador they'll cut the bull's testicle and cook it. And they don't even cook it. They'll just take some blood out. Of the sack. And then they'll chop
like
up the testicle, like kind of like a ceviche.
It's like ceviche.
Oh Jesus! But
Dick ceviche, is that what you're talking about?
Balls ceviche, respect. Oh, shout out to Ecuador. But I mean it's crazy, man. Because anytime you see something on YouTube where it's just like a foodie person, a vlogger and stuff, it's always this white dude doing the craziest shit.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I will never do that.
Can I ask you this? Why do you think white people like are the only ones who do foodie shows? There's no nigga foodie shows. There's no Hispanic foodie shows.
I'd say
right? There ain't no nigga foodie shows. Niggas around the world eating shit. Right? But I think it's because black, Hispanic people, Indian people, all that shit, like, nigga, all the shit that they go to see is the shit that we make.
Dude, our food is just so...
Where would Anthony Bourdain be without us?
To them, yes. But to them also, to an extent, it's just like, we're like a what they say, like a basic bitch. Like, that's why there's no foodie stuff, because honestly, if you go to me, I'm just rice, beans, and chicken. Rice, beans, and beef. Rice, beans, and pork chops. Like... there's only but so much that we do.
That is true.
But then it's just like, I mean, they're
except for
just,
chicharrones at Christmas.
Except for, and Oscar Mayer's wiener.
Yuletide chicharrones.
You just love saying that now.
I do.
Now that you know how to roll the R.
I do, though.
That's dope. Nah, but yeah, like, those, and you know what? It's something about those foodie shows that's just so addictive to watch. I can't stop. If I start, I used to watch, matter of fact, it's called, The Best Food Show, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's white dude, like, he goes everywhere, man. This guy, like, he eats. Yeah. Bro, you can present him like a human carcass, like, just cooked, and he'll be like, oh, well, can I get the thigh? Like, that's that type of guy.
You know what's funny, though, is, like, I think it's, like, those shows are addicted to watch, but I try not to watch them. Because, because in, like, there's this weird thing, like, when I'm smoking weed and I'm watching it, I'm thinking... I bet you this is how colonialism started.
Oh.
Right? Just one lone white nigga coming to a community of a bunch of brown, black, people. And she's like, damn, that smells so good. And she's like, what is that? All right. This is delicious. By the way, you're all my property.
Oh, my God. That's exactly how it started.
Right?
So history repeats itself. Yes. What's what you're saying?
Yes.
It's just now, it's through TikTok. And
Anthony Bourdain's No Reservations was actually how slavery got started.
What? He's a time traveler?
He came. He's like, I'm in North Africa. And what these niggas do here is crazy. You know how you all start this shit. We're going to see them frying chicken.
Frying chicken.
Can you imagine that? If it was like, if maybe like fried chicken wasn't made by black Americans, it was like an ancient African dish. that like was like once we got brought to the Americas, brother. We had to reconnect. With our negrosity.
Negrosity? Wow, that's hilarious.
But yeah, that's how colonialism started. Was Anthony Bourdain coming to a foreign country, tasting the food, and then hitting up his niggas and be like, "Yo, get him! Hey,
get on the next boat."
That's how every episode ended. When like he go to India, he'd be like, "Yo, get up!
Get up!" Oh man,
Latin American, get them niggas, man.
Yo,
get them niggas.
No, I mean, but it's funny that you say it like that.
Right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And I used to
they touch up on a lot of like countries and
weird
stuff like
shit.
that.
I'm like,
where's the black guy at?
You were here before. What'd you do last time, nigga? What'd you do last? And I used to have a joke about how, like, because we learned in history that a lot of white countries took over other countries in order for spices. I used to make the joke where it's like they took it over for spices, and yet they still don't use.
They still don't use them. Yeah.
That's how you knew they hate niggas. They didn't really. They said it was for spices. They didn't put a lick of adobo in there.
What?
They didn't put one fucking thing. Not no goddamn paprika.
Adobo, like there's an adobo tree.
Oh yeah, hell yeah,
Just
nigga.
pick the whole thing.
You ain't never pick a fresh adobo.
Oh.
They got one with pepper.
Heavy corn.
And they got one without pepper.
Oh man.
You never pick something from the adobo con pepper tree. That's what. Oh
man.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Yes. This is the
This
intro.
is episode 48, 49. I don't know. It's been so long since we've actually put out one here. We've been
roller coaster. Just
doing a lot of shit, bro. You've been having family stuff. I've been having my shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But these things happen.
These things happen, bro.
Just gotta keep going.
And just personal shit. I'm on my grind. I'm about to go on a whole European tour.
That's what's up.
And shit in a little over a month. I'm very, very excited for that.
That's amazing.
Super excited. Going over to Spain.
Got a couple places booked up already for.
Yeah. And this is, Spain, I can't wait to be around all those Anthony Bourdains. That's your version of Anthony Bourdain.
Spain?
London is my version of Anthony Bourdain. I'm Jamaican. So that's my version of Anthony Bourdain. Spain is your version of Anthony Bourdain. These niggas came over. Nigga in a pea coat. Welcome to the Dominican Republic. Where
so
it's
crazy.
Rich culture and food.
Over there, like where my family's from, it's like just Europe.
Really?
Like you really don't see all those little spots where everybody used to live. Like, I remember the neighbor that was there and stuff. Little nice hut house and everything. Probably paid them like $10,000 and get the fuck out. And now, like, the property is worth millions.
Really?
And it's just, you just see a lot of Europeans around there.
Really?
And then it's funny because it's like, I was trying to find somewhere to go, and then it's just like, a European told me where to go to find whatever I needed. And I was just like, nigga, like,
I know.
What? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, nah, I didn't trust him. It was true. And it just kind of like.
That's the thing, though. You ever, like, not listen to a white person's ethnic recommendation? And then you're like, damn, I should have.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, this nigga knew.
Should have made that left.
Hey, yo, fuck you, nigga. You make it right, fall right off a cliff. You're like, God damn.
Going to gang territory. Damn you, Samantha. It was your fault. Should have followed the other guy from Europe. Nah, but it's kind of funny, man. Not
That's
funny.
crazy.
It's sad.
Yeah, it's Dominican gentrification.
Yeah. I mean, even like, I kind of knew what to expect once I got there. Because if I never knew what gentrification was, especially being from Brooklyn, then I would have just been like, oh, what's going on? Why is this happening? Where's everybody? Yeah, they just push them further away. Further to like no man's land.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Now they still using wells just to fetch water.
Yeah.
But
it's fucked up. But
it is.
You got to think about it this way, at least to comfort yourself. It's like, yeah, they did take that place, but, what are they doing there? Just hanging out with, a bunch of Europeans and half of your friends that shot niggas and had to leave the U.S. That's what I think. Like, when I talk about, like, oh, this person, because the Chinese basically bought Jamaica. Like, they got mad money in Jamaica, all that shit.
Even in Africa, bro.
It's mostly, like, Chinese
That's
companies.
insane.
Yeah. Bro, it's wild, bro.
No, when Shorty, when we went to Jamaica, we had like this guy tour us. We left the resort, and he was like, "Oh, what do you want to buy?" And I was like, "All right, let's go to the market, whatever." Everything was in English, but then on the bottom, it was just Chinese.
And this is in Africa?
No, Jamaica.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
yeah. But it was.
I wasn't listening
like
on
Chinese,
my own podcast. Great.
It was like Chinese characters.
Yeah.
With every sign, and I'm just like, that is insane. And then he told me, he's like, yeah, I mean, the Chinese usually buy everything, anything that deals with business. Chinese people own it. Like,
well, I will say this: like, there was a good amount of Chinese people in Jamaica already, just off the rip. Because after slavery and all that type of stuff,
everywhere.
That's true. But like there was like a big immigration there, so like there's a lot of Indian people, like decent amount of Indian people, and then like pretty decent amount of Chinese people, in Jamaica as well. But yes, in like the last 20 years, they've bought up a lot of shit, and that's the one thing I kind of worry because it's just like I don't know. Jamaica's kind of crazy. And just like, it's not just Jamaica, but it's Africa. It's places like Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Where they're so consumed by corruption that it's like, they'll let anybody else except a nigga win.
Yeah.
Like, it's like crazy. So it's like, only us, these 5 people.
Yeah.
And then everybody else got to live in squalor or leave the country to have any sort of real existence. But we're going to have like, these like Chinese people come in or whatever, or we're gonna have these like Norwegian people come in and own everything, and it's fine because we're selling them everything, so we're making that money.
And they say it's for the country, but in reality,
it's not.
It's just for the people who already have bread because they're investing. They're investors, but then the poor folk, there's nobody works over there. In DR, it's insane the amount of people that actually work over there. Really? People work to have, like, somebody over here, like, usually Dominicans, the ones that live over here, the hard-working ones. Yeah. They always say, they're like, people over here work to survive. How is it? People over here, we work to survive. Yeah. But people over there, they work to have fun, because at the end of the week, they close down a whole block. Homeboy, 2 or 3 homeboys come with their car with speaker systems that probably came from somebody over here who sent it in a barrel, and then they just like blast music, and it starts getting insane. And this is usually like the city areas. No, that's a fucking fact. I mean, people don't really talk about that. They don't. That's interesting that you kind of brought that up, and people talk about how work crazy America is, and it is, but it's also because it's not just the system work for
in America. But it's like, so America became a country where it's like, we take work and business very seriously. Yeah. And if you come here, you can completely build yourself out of nothing and make yourself into something huge, right? Yeah. And we kind of shot that out as like a giant bullhorn to every other country in the world. So every other person who has that mentality or thinks they can have that mentality leaves their country and comes here. Yeah. And that's really what America is in that sense. They don't always become that, sometimes they think they're going to do it and they don't or whatever. But that's really why it's not just simply the culture that we have like by proxy. It's like we also have foreigners that feed into that culture of work. Because, I'm about to go over to Spain and shit. Right, and I'm gonna see Anna and everything. I'm super excited about that. But like Spanish niggas be lazy as hell. Yeah, they have heard that legal naps, nigga.
Yeah, that's
wild. Yeah, that's wild. But it's like to them, we're wild.
She told us that too.
Yeah,
I remember she told us that story.
Every time I hit her up, she's telling me that it's a bank holiday in Spain. Every day at fucking bank holiday.
They just need a reason to drink wine.
These niggas don't do shit.
You know what I mean? And eat cheese and stuff.
None of them. Italy don't do shit. None of these niggas do shit. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, because it's like, in a way, work is sort of like just a mental block. It
goes to show how hard we work here, though.
No, we work crazy. America's what it is, like, for a reason.
Yeah.
It really is.
I mean, I love working. I
don't even like America, but I gotta give it its props where it's due.
You gotta give it its props.
There's a reason why it brings in so much revenue, why it controls the entire world. And it's not just slavery, and it's not just colonialism.
We literally work.
It's the
we
culture of
see
work.
the benefits
Yes.
of it. Like, that's why people want to come here, because they want to work and see the benefits.
That's the thing. It's
You know
like
what I
it's
mean?
like China, but more fun. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, I guess.
No, but in the way
Well,
of
I'm thinking
like
of New York. You know, because
Sure.
New York is like, it's not like, okay, maybe like in LA,
yeah.
I can say that, you know, but like New York, I mean, you got your Thirsty Thursdays and then you got your Fridays. It's literally people save up. Like, part of their check is just for drinking.
Well, New York,
You know
yes,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like New York,
New York,
period.
you can drink
So yeah, I can
fucking
see the
every
whole
day.
fun stuff. But
Every day is a party.
At times, like me, I was drinking so much, I was just like, I just can't do this anymore.
No,
Like, I need other like types of fun. And
Other
then,
shit,
I-
yes.
now I'm just on my PS5, just waiting for college to start. Like, I don't even know what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's my sort of fun. Like, you know, after work. But it's just, I don't know. Like, people over there, I get it. Like, they work and they know they're gonna have fun in the weekend.
Yeah.
And I wish I could live something like that.
Yeah.
You know, they're living like poor, but they're living a rich life.
Oh
in a
yeah,
sense.
it's all relative,
You know?
dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could be a person who like has to catch water from a well. You know, maybe you have like it's a house, but it's literally one room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Share it with your uncle.
And you share it with like your uncle, and there's like
your butt hurts every morning. You're
yeah,
like, why?
and there's like 6 kids.
Why am I still sleeping?
Some like wild
Chloroform?
shit. Yeah, right. What the fuck is this? But at the same time, no, you're right. It's like you catch that water from the well, right? But that's fresh water. And you know exactly where it comes from.
Oh,
you can pluck fucking fruits right off the tree and bite right into it.
Easy.
When you buy food from the store, you know it's not has a bunch of chemicals in
Yeah.
it. You just eat the food.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
just
There's some shit to it.
period. I remember
There's some
when
shit
I
to
went
it.
out there. Matter of fact, this was for my brother's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle, like, he was like, "Hey, guys, want a goat?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. We think we're gonna go to the market." He went to the backyard.
Caribbean
And,
niggas love
yo,
goats, though.
and oh man, we love goat.
Can't
And
stop it.
We literally, they was like, okay, this goat is gonna be for tonight. And they killed the freaking goat right there. They started. I have videos, and like, they
Yeah,
chopped
yeah.
it up in front of us, and they seasoned it that morning. And at
Yeah.
night, it was the most
So fire.
delicious,
Yeah, it's fresh
piece
goat,
of meat
dog.
that I had in a long time. Because
Bro,
last
it's
time I was
fresh
in
goat.
DR, I was like 12 or 13.
Yeah, yeah.
Now this is like 5 years ago. So
Hmm.
let me see. This is when I was 29. So Junior was, yeah, he just literally just got married and everything. And the night we celebrated, and everybody enjoyed that. You even got my boy Julian. You
Yeah.
remember Julian? Julian he was like, yo, man, that goat though, and everybody wants to go back just for that goat because
Bro.
like when you eat goat here, it's chewy, it's gamey, but like
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of people don't know how to cook goat. Also, that's
That's
another
true.
thing.
That's true.
Like
It's
gaminess,
totally different.
a lot
type
of
shit.
gamey meat. A lot of people do not know that you gotta put alcohol in it to like
Yeah.
cut that gaminess.
Yeah, definitely.
Something strong. But yeah, I go to say that basically just the freshness in the meat, even the rice,
Yeah.
anything. I just see the difference.
Yeah.
People like my mom said it too. She's like, honestly, I think the things that's getting us sick is just this food. Because every time I'm in
Yes.
DR, I just feel like I'm young again.
Yes.
You know,
Because it doesn't have a million additives. It's just the
hormones,
food.
bro. There's hormones.
You eat a banana, it's just a banana.
Yeah.
Not a banana plus fucking orange number 5 and fucking all sorts of shit. And
And you can eat a banana and not feel gay about it.
yes, yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to chop it up. It's just there's no pause over there.
You mean,
It's just you can
chop it up. You be chopping bananas up? You
Oh,
one of those
I'm
niggas?
deep throating that shit.
You saw that? You ever see that nigga on TikTok who eats ice pop with a knife? Like he's
No.
cutting apple. This nigga be.
I saw this dude. His name is he was on TikTok. He said he's the glizzy gobbler king. He literally he's like, hey man, you're gonna see me. I'll make this disappear in 2 seconds. He goes, and he inhales it, and the dog went down. And he's like,
Gross.
a lot of people say it's in my lungs. It's nothing there. It's in my belly. And I was like, this hillbilly nasty ass.
That's
But
weird.
then I'm like, how did he do it? You know what I mean?
That is
Like,
strange.
It was like the most gayest thing, but the most straightest thing I've seen. Like
That's
I don't know what to
hilarious.
say. It was just so fucking funny.
Can you imagine if you OD'd on glizzies?
Oh man.
These niggas just eats too
Imagine
many
it just
Oscar
comes
Mayer
out-
buttholes.
Imagine it comes out the same way. It's just still got shit.
It probably
He
does.
probably yeah.
Because half the time when I eat food, you still get a couple remnants.
Yeah, maybe corn.
Corn, like chili pepper flakes.
Oh, I know.
Get some seeds
That's
in there.
crazy. I don't even look at my shit.
Oh, really? When I wipe my ass when I'm folding the paper.
Yeah. No, man.
see.
You know me. I'm fancy. I got the bidet at home. I just spray and pat dry. That's it.
Oh, you peasants. Look at your assholes.
Oh, man. If I'm bleeding back there, I don't even know. You know? I'm not even supposed to have hot sauce.
Yeah.
So if there's a chili pepper coming out of there, then whatever.
I guess so. I don't know.
This is funny.
I
You know,
get-
it's like, I know we're coming back to this, and it's just like,
We got to explore. We got to talk real shit.
And it's like, I wanted to talk about like current events and stuff, but then it's just,
we got
it's just
time.
one of those episodes.
And we got time. That's the
that's
thing.
fair. Yeah,
you know,
that's
it just don't even fucking matter, man. We've been talking about gizzards. All this shit has been fucking entertaining, I feel.
is, yeah.
You know, remember when we tried to fucking record the other day? And it was a decent episode.
It
but
was fun.
But it was lacking.
Yeah, we spoke a lot, especially the whole thing about Jonathan. You left off with Jonathan Majors and Tina Turner passing.
Oh,
Great episodes,
yes.
by the way.
Yes.
Yo,
Thank
you
you.
held your own too. I wanted to shout you out, man. You held your own.
Thank you.
I know
man.
I was going through a lot, but you held your own, man. And
Thank you.
we're
man.
gonna make the brand strong again.
Thank
no matter
you,
what.
bro. I appreciate that, bro. I mean, once you were dealing with all your stuff,
Yeah.
I kind of went like full on like 8 Mile lose yourself mode.
Yeah.
Where it's like, fuck it, I'm recording it. I'm hustling flow.
No matter
I'm
what.
recording in the basement.
That's it.
Put some stockings over the microphone. You know what I mean? We spitting right now. We putting some egg crates on the walls, nigga.
Egg crate.
Let's get it. Let's get it. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. And honestly, I would have kept going too if it wasn't for that, that fucking moving job. You know, if it wasn't for those meddling kids and that goddamn moving job.
And also the thing is, we were talking about this, like, when they say
About how
like,
work sucks.
Yeah.
How
aside from
God bless America, but work sucks.
Chili flakes coming out your butthole.
Yes,
but
you pick mangoes off the tree.
but it's like you literally need a space like this.
No, you don't.
Yeah, it's fun. You know how we did it.
I was
in
recording in my
apartment.
aunt's guest bedroom.
Yeah, and I
You need a space like this.
I had my background was my TV. It was like, was it that painting from, I don't know.
Starry Night.
Starry Night. And I was like, oh, you think this looks real enough? No, it didn't.
No.
I think a YouTube ad popped up in the background.
And can I say this too? I hate recording podcasts remotely. I don't like Skyping. Something about it feels inauthentic.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel. It's like when you're having sex, but you don't nut. And you're like, so it was intense. It had some good points.
Yeah.
But I didn't get there.
I didn't get there. Somebody ruined it. They knocked on the door.
It. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
You fucking some chicharrones in there?
damn it!
Having some Yuletide chicharrones in
Damn
there?
it! Like, you're almost
Papaaaa.
there.
Papaaaa.
Papaaaa. Oh,
You know what I started recently? I started calling everybody Pop.
Pop?
Yeah. I used to be raised off that shit. Not only hear Spanish niggas say that, but niggas used to say Pop all the time.
Yeah.
They call kids Pop. They called it Pop.
I started saying, yo, Papa, what's up,
Yeah, I
Papa?
noticed you saying Papa.
I don't know why. I got it because Gordon, my cousin, man, he constantly says that. And I'm just like, this got stuck to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And plus, I'm trying to stop saying, like, nigga and stuff. I'm trying to really,
all that shit. Yeah,
it's just because it's like, I'm just
we're
like,
getting older.
Yeah, we're getting older. And then we're just like,
More seasoned.
It comes out whenever we're like, this nigga bugging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah,
But
it's just
I'm trying to find different.
Yeah.
I gotta find synonyms.
Sometimes it's just,
Yeah. But nigga does hit hard though.
It does hit hard.
It exists and like is so popular in the way that it's popular for a reason.
They took away like maggot with an F. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And I get it. Even though it was a fun word.
It was fun.
I get it.
It was fun, but it still doesn't hit like nigga. Like nigga is Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
That was Pepsi.
Coca-Cola.
You know what I mean? Like nigga was Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And they took the cocaine out of it, and it still was fire.
It still
and
was fire.
Like, yo,
Shout
this
out
at
to
every
Coca-Cola.
baseball game.
I still think they sprinkle that shit in it.
A little
It's
bit.
nothing like a good Coca-Cola, like straight out of the fountain.
Oh yeah.
That shit hit
I love the Mexican Coke is fire.
Oh man, I went to
And also
matter of fact,
Mexican Coke is fire.
my girl put me onto this because she was like, I caught that. She put me onto that too. She was like that. Oh yeah, the Mexican Coca-Colas.
Does it make it real sugar?
Yeah, and then I was just like, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. We went to a taco spot, and then she was like, get it. I had it. I was like, oh, what's that? And I went to 7th Street Burger.
Yeah.
Right there on 1st and 7th, and I was like, whoa.
Yep.
Like that's all they have there.
Yeah.
I can't drink Coca-Cola the same anymore.
Bro, I feel you, man. Like, cause I'm a huge.
I don't
Coke...
even like that bottle stuff from the bodega.
No, not really. Like, cause I'm a huge Coke fan.
Are you?
You know what I mean? So it's made with like cane sugar.
Oh,
yeah. Tell me something new.
Tell me.
Yes, Papaaaa.
Papaaaa.
I love Coke Pop. Love Coke Pop. Sorry, Pop. I love Coke.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that should be fire though, because it's literally just cane sugar, bro. Yeah. You know, shit is fucking wild. Speaking of Coke though, the drug. What's the deal? I've been wondering. I wanted to know what your point of view is on this. With all that cartel shit that is happening in Mexico recently, you saw. I don't know if you've seen some of the news stories and shit. Just recently, like 5 like young Mexican like college students.
Yeah.
Just got like executed and like beheaded and shit.
Yeah, because they wanted to join though, which
no,
is stupid.
they wanted like no, they didn't want to join.
That's what I read.
No.
Go ahead, tell me what you read.
So
I'll tell you what.
okay, yeah. Who knows? You know.
I mean, you know the true story. So
the
I'll tell you
liberal
the fake
media, the woke media.
Yeah. The fake story that I know, because this is real short. They were college students. They went to Mexico. Obviously, they're Mexican, but they went to like a specific area because they wanted to join the cartel.
Okay.
And then supposedly,
I thought they were like Mexican kids who were like, "Woo, Cancun."
No, that's crazy. No, but then like one of the things was like one of the cartel dudes was like, "All right, take this knife and poke your friend." And then the guy was like, "No." So he was like, "All right, so you poke him." So then nobody wanted to poke each other. And they ended up getting beheaded. That was the story that I heard. I don't know how true that is.
That could be. Who knows?
And that's crazy to join it. Okay, you gotta stab your friend.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's stupid.
That's weird. But you know, hey, you know, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't. Hey.
But what I heard was that they were a couple college kids, and basically they like found it as like they thought it was a security job. Like security guard, like job. And then they got there and they're like, no, it's a fucking cartel. And they tried to like pressure them into being in the shit and be like, no, it's a security job. It's not a security job. It's a security job. And they were like,
believe that.
And they were like, kind of just like scared shitless. And then they just like, they forced the kids to kill each other. You know that, right?
Yes, I think
they made them like fight to the death, essentially.
Yeah, but then I think they couldn't do it or something like that. You see, that story sounds dumb because it's like, why would I go on college vacation to work?
But that's the thing; they weren't on a vacation. I never heard anything about a vacation. I heard this is relatively like local shit. I also think that
weren't they college students from the States?
They're college students, but they were not from the States. They're from Mexico.
Okay, you see, the story just keeps like spinning off, but hey, listen.
But I don't know. It was just one of my things where I was like, "That's interesting." And sometimes you do hear about that shit, with like gangs, American gangs, Mexican, whatever, finding like patsies, like soft ass niggas. Like they'll basically just be like, tell them something else, and then when they get there, they're like, "Actually, no, you're gonna be trafficking drugs for us, or we'll murder you."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you see that a lot. Yeah.
They're like, "I'll kill you. I'll kill your family. What's this? A little picture of your dog? I'll kill that too."
That's crazy.
And like, I think that's what I think that is what happened. I mean, it could be wrong.
Yeah.
And maybe they're like, "I want to do a security job."
Yeah.
And then they were like, "I'm not gonna stab my friend though."
Yeah.
No. But I think it was more just like a couple kids from Mexico University, just straight from MU, came out there. And it was like, "Hey, I heard we were going to be working a little bit of security. Where is it, a doorman job?" They were like, "It's not a doorman job. It's a doorman job."
Doorman job.
Stab your friend.
Oh, man.
And he was like, "No." And
That's
they're like,
sad,
"Well, you're going to stab each other." Yeah, it's pretty sad.
And there was a video. I didn't see the video of it.
It's pretty sad. And you know, the most humanizing part was one of the kids in the picture before they got executed was wearing a Travis Scott shirt. And I'm sad to say that was humanizing, but it was, though.
Why?
Because I was like, he's just like me. He's just like me. I'm not trying to be funny. That is funny. Like, after I said it, that's funny. But, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes when things are so drastic, when things are so painful, when things are so evil, and it's in another country, you can kind of mentally displace yourself, especially when it's like, cartel shit. I'm assuming this is like a poor neighborhood in Mexico. Because don't be fooled. There's actually a lot of wealth and affluency in Mexico. But you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like you watch shit like that, you can watch something from the Taliban, right? Mm-hmm. Right? And there's a bunch of kids on their knees about to be executed. What do you see? Some fucking dusty ass soccer shirt. You know what I mean? Yeah. A fucking Super Bowl t-shirt from the team that lost, right? Because that's what they do. They donate the t-shirts of the teams that lost. Yeah. You know, you didn't laugh, so I had to explain it. No, because you know what? It's too dark. I know, but it's funny though. But it's true. I thought
about what you said,
but that is what you see though.
Yeah, like I heard everything you said, that whole MU and everything, and my mind just went into trance. I'm like, yo, they really killed each other.
Yes.
Because I remember the picture.
They made those boys murder each other.
The guy all the way at the end, who was the most stockiest one, he was clean.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he probably beat up all his friends.
Most of them, yeah.
And that sucks.
Dude, it's terrible. And it's just like one of the things, imagine being like a bunch of young kids, like, hey, we're going to get drunk. Oh, dude, I'm broke. I want to buy weed money for my fucking girl. I want to do this. Bro, I just heard about this fucking like cool ass job. We should go over there. It's either just fucking hire. I don't fucking know. Let's give it a shot, dude. I don't fucking know.
Rest in peace, man. That's good.
Rest in peace to them boys.
That's just sad, bro.
I don't know, but that shit was wild. I saw the Travis Scott. I did though. Because I was like, he's just like me. I was like, you know what I mean? Because anybody can get got. Anybody can get got. But that's the thing, man. So like, yeah, it was just one of those things where it was just very like humanizing in that way of like, oh shit, this nigga be, you know?
Yeah.
He be doing that.
I hate you. Oh man. You're stupid. Oh man. Yo, so today they took pictures of Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah.
You know, mugshots of everybody that was part of that whole thing with Georgia.
I can't.
And it's like, at first I always believed that he was never going to be arrested. None of those, like Rudy, Trump, and everything.
Yeah.
But little by little, it's starting to look like he might be.
Yeah, I mean, because I think these are, we've stumbled into the age of useless whites.
They're cleaning them out.
They're cleaning them out.
Literally cleaning them out.
There's plenty of useful young whites that are like,
the old ones are just like, why are you still here?
We gotta,
Yeah, Clinton, something might happen.
We gotta hit refresh.
Yeah. And then the whole thing with Obama with the whole gay stuff that's coming out. And I'm just like, yo, y'all even trying to catch him?
Yeah, you think that nigga gay?
Anybody could get it, bro.
I don't think that nigga gay. I'll be real with you. I was like, bro, when I was like listening to it and like reading the thing, I was like, this is a nigga trying to get some white pussy.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Elaborate. You need to...
From years of living in Bushwick.
Oh my... Okay.
Right? Yeah. I pieced together from him saying, like, I actually fantasize. And he's all, like, intellectual. I'm actually, catch myself, fantasizing about men, but only in my mind, though. You know what I mean? I'm like, this nigga, he found a white bitch with some fat booty. And he was out in, like, Harvard and shit, and he's trying to be, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
And this is, like, in the 70s. There wasn't really fucking niggas like that.
Nah.
So he found some like really alternative like type shit. He found the first white bitch who ever watched Superfly and was like, yo. You know what I mean? Because I've seen that type of shit. Like, be it in Bushwick, and you know me. You know the house I lived in.
Yeah.
There's nothing but niggas like that. Who like play gay but not really gay.
He probably saw like that clip with Buffalo Bill and he's like, I kind of like this. Kind of like this shit.
What is a great big fat person? Just ran away.
She has tits, but might have a penis, but
it's true.
I could scoot it over.
but dude, it's true. I think it's just one of those things where, people don't. I think it's time that gets exposed, of like trendy, woke, straight men, pretending that they're gay, or pretending that they're like. Not gay, but like more fluid than they actually are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cornered, you're like, wait, no, I don't like that. No, I don't believe it. Because it starts like that. Like they'll start with the stance, like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. But then if you're locked in a room with like 2 or 3.
Nigga, put your mouth where your mouth is.
Exactly. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're like real women?
Oh, yeah. Because that's the thing.
Okay, Peter.
Because that's the thing, bro. A lot of these girls in Bushwick, bro, like, they be like, like I think a lot of women nowadays,
Yeah.
it kind of like women are attracted to gay niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not fully. I'm not saying like
not black women.
It's not everyone.
And brown women,
not black. Yeah, sometimes though.
I haven't seen that because I know a lot of black and brown women. Like they're like, yo,
they definitely.
If my nigga really, if he messed with another nigga, nah, it's over.
Yes,
I should literally say that.
Here's the thing. No, that's
a small percentage. Maybe I'll probably say a 5%.
That's a complete fact. But they want like women like tenderness. There's that.
To an extent, yes.
To an extent,
they like the rough house. They like the rough dude all the time.
They do
the alpha male, as they say.
But if you're gonna be in that rough alpha male tough guy thing, you have to fit like a very rigid kind of space. You feel what I'm saying?
So you gotta take a dick in the ass, maybe.
Yeah, you might have to take it if you want to.
I'm not part of that community.
If you want to be a nigga who gets some real pussy out here.
To get real pussy,
you gotta go through the nori door.
You gotta go. Nori door.
You gotta go through the door, nigga.
Oh man, what floor is that?
You gotta go through the door. But that's the thing, like, you know what I mean?
Shout out to Mano.
With all those, with the fucking fingernail paint and all that, like women are into that shit, especially white women, especially. But it's like,
yeah, I know the whole like.
But it's like that, like femboy type thing.
Femboy,
so it's like niggas like. And I think it makes them feel more powerful. Well, if I'm being honest, it makes them feel more empowered. But they like it. But they also, I think a lot of them also pretend that they like it, and so because it's like something that's acceptable in this community and it's cool. But when push comes to shove, it's the same thing as the nigga pretending to be gay. It's like, I let you fuck me a couple times, but like I'm not really.
Yeah, you don't really like it.
I don't really like you in this way. Like, I would never settle down with a man that's actually like this. Yeah. I don't want to have your fucking children. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My ovaries aren't clapping when you're, when you're clapping me. I'm not into it.
Oh, man, that's funny. Wouldn't
he
be like
clap?
the top? Because if he's the bottom, nigga, you gay. You're just gay. Just accept it. It's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
You're gay. You know what I mean?
Like whenever a girl wants to get on top, I'm like, dude, fuck off. I'm not gay. What's wrong with you? You want to ride my dick? What type of gay shit is that?
Wait, what's that strap on?
Yeah.
My turn. Like, whoa.
My girl wants to suck my dick. I'm like, you like cock? What is wrong with you? What are you, gay, dude? Dude, get her out of here. My girl's gay, bro.
Oh, man.
This bitch gay.
Gay.
No, but I think women are into, they like a lot of them. The femboy thing is in, but it's also too, I think a lot of women pretend that they don't really like
I don't think
alpha male type dudes. Because I've noticed that a lot of women in Bushwick pretend that they don't like alpha male type dudes. And then you see a real nigga walk in. Yeah. And you can see their faces a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? They pretend that they don't like the nigga even when he's there.
Yeah. I've seen that a lot, man.
You see that all the time. I'm like,
act
stop acting like you don't like the macho guy with the Jets jersey. You kind of do. Yeah. You kind of do, but he reminds you of your dad.
Jets
so you
jersey or homie with the fingernails painted? I'm pretty sure she's gonna pick Jets.
No, they're going with the fingernail nigga, but they want the Jets. They're fantasizing about the Jets
to cover it up. Got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're fucking the fingernail guy, but they're imagining the Jets guy.
You said it the right way. They're fucking him.
Yeah.
You said it the right way.
Yes.
They're fucking.
Yes.
Okay.
That boy's on all fours. getting his cheeks clapped.
It's funny, man, because it's like somebody told me one time, they were like, "Oh, you're too rough, rugged."
Or like, why do you feel threatened?
This is just me.
Thank you,
bro.
Okay, can we talk about that?
Let's talk
about
something.
Thank
because
you.
It's just like you can't just because something is like, like you enjoy something, a specific individual. Doesn't mean I'm gonna turn into that individual,
bro.
I'm the 80. I'm from 89. I'm an 89's baby. They say I'm a 90s baby, but I'm 89. Mm-hmm. I'm an 80s baby. We're not that far away from each other. 4 years or so. Mm-hmm. So it's like our era. We know that era.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't mean that I was born and raised in a hostile home. No, it's just this is the way I was born.
No.
I'm just me.
It's
I'm
also
just me.
I like
And
this
then-
shit that I like.
Yeah, and that's don't force me to like something that I don't want to.
But you know, though, I feel like women.
I'm not gonna change into that person. I'm not gonna paint my fingernail.
But I feel like women calling men
Or put a
insecure
Yeah.
is like the biggest gaslighting thing in the world, and nobody ever says it. Like,
oh my god!
every single time a woman like tries to tell you to do something and then you don't want to do it, she calls you insecure. So you're like, "What? I'm not insecure," and then you do the thing.
I just don't feel comfortable doing that.
And it's just like, oh, you mean like, oh, you're insecure? It's like, no, I'm just setting boundaries.
Yeah, that's it. And there's nothing wrong.
boundaries.
Because if I ask you something,
yeah, I know.
I would expect you to. If you don't feel comfortable with something, yeah.
But it's boundaries for them. It's insecurity for you. And that's always how it goes. It's their little way of tricking you.
Bro.
But so many dudes fall for it, and they fall for it so deep that sometimes they can make that into their identity, and then they start painting their nails and wearing this shit and everything. It's like, nigga, you don't even really believe in that shit.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Like, people do it just because it's in.
Yeah.
It's kind of like...
It's like, I kissed a guy. I'm not, like, insecure
whatever
to be
happened
around
to
him.
just
It's
getting
like,
the new Jordans?
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
What happened to just being you? Like, that's the thing. I feel like so many men, I feel like, have gotten, like, tricked to, like, the thought. And maybe it's also, to me, just being, like, in the whole, like, New York comedy scene. So, like, I'm dealing with real women, but a lot of times I'm dealing with comedian women. Yeah. So they're always trying to have a hot take. Yeah. They're ultra feminist. They're trying to have a hot take. They're trying to do so they're pushing buttons that a usual woman might not push. Right. But I've noticed that all the time.
It's like, what's the reason for that, bro? Like, what
it's just because they feel it's honestly because they feel insecure, so it gives them more feeling if they can mess with a guy.
Yeah. You know, I love authenticity.
Oh yeah.
Just be you. Don't feel just because I'm a male. Don't feel like you have to I have to be a step above you. No, we can be in the same level. Just be you.
Yeah, no,
that's it.
It's absolutely true.
I respect more authenticity. I respect that more than all of that, type of because that's an attack almost. That's almost like verbal abuse. These feminists, that's all they do.
Well, I don't even think
you think you're like this because you're a man, because you have a dick. No, I just think this way. If you think different, then fine. I'll respect your opinion.
Well, I think what's wrong with men have had a long history, and not all men, but men in general have had a long history of being abusive. But I also think that a lot of feminism, or the way that feminism is caught on with the internet, has taught a lot of women to be very emotionally abusive, and insanely manipulative. And it's like, well, if you don't do everything that I say you do, then you're actually holding me back as a woman. And I don't need to learn anything. I don't need to get better. You're the one who needs to get better. You're the one who needs to learn anything. It's like everybody needs to learn. That's where it's wrong.
Like, what? Literally, this is crazy, because I always tell people this, even with certain situations, like if I disagree with you or something, what did I always tell you? A conversation takes this a long way. I can easily have a conversation with you, and you will see how much that we equate with each other. Yeah. Me and that individual, you know what I mean? There's no need for you to feel like you're a higher figure than me. No, we can be the same people, just with different opinions and respect each other at the end of the day. Yeah. There's many times that I went out with you, and then, we seen with the comics and stuff like that, and then they'll have these conversations, and then people ask me, oh, right, what do you think? I'm like, I don't know, man. I mean, that's what you think. Yeah. But yeah, I get it. I say I get it because I get their view, but that's not my view.
That's my hardest part, what I mean? Is keeping quiet. I'm learning that so much more now, but that is my hardest fucking thing, is hearing people, especially comedians, especially because you're out in Brooklyn, especially just these ultra fragile people, and they just say these wild things. Half of them are mentally ill, you know what I mean? And they do things for hot takes, and they say the most wild shit, and then you're not supposed to comment on it at all.
You're not.
And you just have to kind of sit there, and it's like, yeah, you could comment on it, but if you do, it's like you'd be seen as a negative person and all sorts of weird shit, bro. And it's just one of those things.
Whatever's popular, whatever's in the moment, whatever's the new fad, that's what they're into. And if you don't agree with that, then you're the problem.
But that's
I'm not the problem. It's just I just don't. Even if I don't agree with this, okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, matter of fact, the whole painting with the fingernails, right? So me, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's kind of a women thing. You know, women do that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's men that call it art.
Yeah.
That's fine. You call it art. I respect that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's art. I mean, it looks cool. Sometimes they do designs and everything,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, that's some cool designs. I honestly think that women are the only ones that should paint their nails.
Yeah.
But then you got like the reason why I sometimes when I see men doing it, I'm like, okay, rock stars do that too.
Mm-hmm.
With the whole black stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why it's fine. If you like that, cool.
Yeah.
I'm not ever gonna paint my fingernails, but I'm not gonna disrespect you, dog.
Exactly.
And then if women, why don't you do it? Because I don't want to.
Because I know.
That's fine, and just respect me. That's it.
I know what you mean.
That's it.
And it's like, it's also just not that deep. It's like, I'm not thinking of it as a way to preserve my masculinity. And if I paint my nail, my last straw of being a man is now gone. It's like,
I just
it's
hate
not.
that you could get canceled off on anything now.
It's like, I didn't even, yeah. I know what you mean. Man.
Why? That's why I think, and I kind of see it. And I'm not sorry to cut you off. It's just, this is something like really passionate I feel about. Because we speak about this a lot.
No, we do.
This whole cancel culture, that's why I think it's really dying out now. Like
it is. People are getting over it.
And they're getting over it. Like, you're overly woke. Like, that's it.
And I think people are realizing it's like, dude, everybody makes fucking mistakes.
Yes.
They shouldn't lose every single thing you get. And also, too, I think a decent amount of it has changed, honestly, because of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. I think that was a really watershed moment.
I loved it.
Yeah. Of like, hey, so like somebody, things could be abusive, but somebody could still also not be telling the whole truth. Because I think even with that, both sides, I think we're abusive to an extent. I actually do. I'm not even just saying that just for the podcast.
Yeah.
I do think that she did some wild shit, but I also think he probably was manipulative. Maybe he did hit her once or fucking twice. But I also think in relationships, things can get so crazy that crazy shit happens, and you don't have to run and tell everybody and become a poster child for some shit and try to destroy somebody else. It's just
she was just insane. Let's keep it.
I think she just let it.
She was insane. I'm not gonna give her any like. Who takes a shit in a bed?
I know that was nuts.
That's nuts.
I mean,
bro, if you're gonna think about
me and the guys from Mexican University, but aside from that. What I had to, I had to clean it up. I had to do a little palate cleanser.
That just
because we made a point not to talk too much about this type of stuff.
Yeah,
didn't we? We don't want to go to.
No, I get it. I just wanted to add, like, it's that was crazy. But
me and the boys from MU.
Oh man, you're
taking dumps. Before that picture was shown, it was just me and the five of them shitting in a circle on Johnny Depp's bed. We clutched hands. We clutched hands together in prayer, and we squatted down and took dumps in unison. And they were like, "Dude, like we'd love to take more hot, watery dumps. But we got to go to a security gig." And I was like, "Fuck, really?" And they're like, "Yeah, dude, really." And I was like, "Here, take my Travis Scott T-shirt. You're just like me now." And they did, and they were never
Phil
seen
and
again.
Everybody. God, I was gonna say something.
Papaaaa.
Well, I think that was it. I don't know. No, but I guess to like cap off that.
Yeah.
With the whole Amber Heard thing, and then even the whole Lizzo thing. Which
that's another thing.
Keep
Let's talk about that
energy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Y'all want to cancel Jonathan Majors? Keep that same energy. You
That's
have
a fucking fact.
Women saying all these things about you, not just one. Multiple women saying how abusive you were to them.
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. I think it's all bullshit. I just think she's a cunt. And I think she did probably do some. Here's my thing when it comes to a lot of those abuse things. Fuck it. We'll just go for it. Yeah. Here's my thing with a lot of those abuse things. I think a decent amount of the time, the person being accused did a decent amount of that stuff.
Yeah.
I just still don't think they should lose fucking everything. Here's the thing, right? If you had a job, if you worked at fucking T-Mobile, right? Mm-hmm. And they heard that you and your girlfriend got into a fight and you pushed her, you're not fired from T-Mobile.
No.
So why the fuck are you fired? Like,
unless she works there.
Right? Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're not fired from T-Mobile. So why the fuck do you have to be fucking fired from here? And and it goes to like each different thing. There's levels to this shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Listen, you fucking, you fucking kick your bitch out the car while it's still moving. That's you're gonna be put on leave.
Yeah.
Okay, at least. But at least. At least you're put on leave. But, but all I'm saying is, and there's reasons for people to get fired. There's reasons for people to lose endorsements and all that shit. But that whole, like, we'll never touch him again. Ooh. It's like, bro, it's fucking crazy. Especially if it's like physical abuse type shit and you're not the only person. Like, bro, couples fight. I've seen it. I've even had friends who their girl fucking slaps the shit out of them. They push them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or some sort of shit. And it's not Ike Turner, Tina Turner. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's not that. Like that's a different a different thing.
Yeah.
But when people shouldn't be together and they're in a toxic relationship, and you should never hit a woman, let's just say that, like, right there.
Period, yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, there's
and
a different...
Nobody
hit anybody.
Yeah,
nobody hit anybody. Yeah. But my thing is, there's a difference between couples fighting and being toxic with each other and someone fucking dragging you by your hair because the roast is cold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Out of all meals, though, roast.
It's always because the roast is cold.
It's always the roast.
It's always the roast.
Potatoes.
It's always the roast.
Potatoes is hard.
What is the deal with that?
I have no idea.
Has anybody done... They should do a study.
Yeah.
The connection between
roast,
like domestic violence
and roast
and pot roast. Because maybe there's something in the roast.
There's something in
Papaaaa! There's something in the roast. What if a nigga gets arrested? He's like, Papaaaa! There's something in the roast. There's something in the roast.
And what happens when they always got a black eye? They put the roast in their eye. Papaaaa! Papaaaa! Am I lying? You saw the honeymooners, baby. Power ready to kiss her. Put the fucking same roast.
There's something about that roast.
The same cold roast in that bitch's eye.
There's something about that roast. It's magnetic,
about
bro.
That roast.
Oh my god! That roast loves a nice, good ass bean. Roast bean. They're eating that popcorn.
Oh man!
Like Michael Jackson in the meme.
Shout out to roast.
Oh, this shit. Oh, okay. Okay. This nigga just came home. Hold up.
Oh man!
That goddamn roast, boy. I'm saying let's go. Let's go. I'm down to go a little bit more.
No. I just want to make sure because
we got a little. We're running to the wire.
Yeah.
We are getting
at least
to the
10
wire.
minutes before. Let's
yes. Yeah.
We're timed on this.
We're very. Hey, listen. We pay for these hours.
Yeah.
We put our blood, sweat, tears, and money into this shit.
And this is, you know what? It's just this is the comeback episode, and you know how
you gotta give them a lengthy one.
Yeah,
come back, baby.
But then it's always like it's funny because like we start just going. We talked about people shitting.
Nigga, we talked
MU
about no
University,
news.
pot roast, no news at all. We just keep going.
There has to actually be a Mexico University, though.
It probably is.
There's an America University.
Where? Texas?
I have no fucking idea. I think it might be in DC.
DC?
But for real, it's called America University.
Is it spelled MERICA? Or MURKA? Merca?
It's definitely Merca.
Merca? Okay.
Merca University.
Yo, shout out to freaking, was it? That movie that the creators of South Park made?
What, Team America?
Team America? Oh my God, we need another movie.
Team America was amazing. You know what's so funny you brought that up? Is because, just like a week or two ago, I got a crazy flashback of me going to Walmart with my mom and her picking up South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut and asking me if I wanted her to buy it.
Wow.
And I was like...
Did she know what
11
that was?
No fucking idea. No fucking idea. And you know what I mean? And I was like, it hit me so...
Shout out to your mom.
Shout out to mom, bro.
Shout out to your mom.
For real. But it hit me where I was like, because I remembered it so vividly. And you know how you just have to play that cool.
Yeah.
Like when your mom picks up something that you're like, if you knew what this was, I would not be getting this.
Not at all.
So she picked it up and it almost gave me one of those Malcolm in the Middle moments. Where, I wanted to talk to the TV. I was like, this is the moment when mom doesn't realize that she fucked up.
What was that, honey? Nothing, mom.
Yeah, and you got to keep it and I remember I didn't even speak. She said it because, I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of certain things.
Right.
At that point, I was the same age where I couldn't watch Harry Potter because it had witchcraft in it.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
So I was in that realm. So her picking up that... And it literally has the fucking devil on the cover. I don't know how she didn't.
She probably thought it was like a red villain or something.
Some weird shit.
Red Ranger.
But she picked it up and it shimmered
That is insane.
And then she was just like, "Do you want this?" And you just had to keep. I had to keep my composure.
Sure, I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, that is the exact
Let me get
vibe.
some Play-Doh also.
Yeah, it's like, you know what?
Couple of crayons. Appreciate it.
I guess it's too late to bring it back. I guess we might as well, right?
Might as well.
We'll take a look.
I think I saw every episode of Bugs Bunny because we didn't even know what it was. It was just, we didn't call it Looney Tunes. I think I saw every Elmer Fudd.
You know,
Rocco.
I'll thumb through that later.
Sure.
Don't worry.
You can just leave it there.
Like it's the New York Times. Leave it there. I'll do the crossword in a bit. You know, I just like it's so fucking chill. But like, do you remember that feeling though?
I never.
When you were a kid,
the only
there's always one slip up where they just don't. Your uncle gets you something cool.
Oh yeah, that was beer for me.
You know, and you play that. That's hilarious.
That was at 3 years old. I had my first drink,
that's
and
hilarious.
that is not cool. Because I ended up this. Oh my gosh. I think that's what started my alcoholism.
Stunning to growth.
Yeah, that's it. No, but with my mom, something like that, I would have to say, like, when we got the illegal cable box.
Yeah.
And then I think she put one in my room. And then she's like, and then like my stepdad got it.
Did you get the Spice Channel wavy or clear?
Oh man, you had the. Why do you think I could? I got the fingers of a god.
What up, everybody? Papaaaa.
Papaaaa.
We fucked up, everyone.
This always happens.
Listen, we were recording and there wasn't enough storage on the memory. So
it's on my porn collection. I'm not deleting that for you guys.
No, you got to hold on to that.
Yeah.
You got to hold on to that. So basically what happened was there's not enough storage. So the last 16 minutes of the pod is not on video. If you would like to check out the last 16 of the pod, audio only, you can continue to watch here on YouTube, or you can check out the audio only episode right on iTunes or wherever podcasts are found, because we're fucking everywhere. Spotify, everything.
Yeah.
Other than that, we'll see you guys later, and peace out. None of them were attractive.
Who still watches that?
Softcore porn? No one now.
No one.
It's a dead art.
Now that I know what it was, because it's like
it's like classical music.
Yes.
It's like it doesn't, you know.
Yeah.
Some people, you know, they.
When you're painting someone naked.
Yeah.
You know, you might get an erection, but it's not going to be fully.
Yeah.
It's a little flaccid still.
You know?
Yeah.
Softcore porn, though, that was the heyday, though, dude.
That was the heyday. When you're young, man.
Oh,
and that's crazy how, like, you know how unhealthy that was for us?
Oh, yeah.
Because
terrible.
even, like, I'd say I lost my virginity at 16.
Yeah.
You know, and I used to always tell, in elementary school, I had my friends talking about, oh, yeah, I lost it at 11. And I'm like, you know?
Yeah.
And I went into junior
high school. Well, that's called molestation.
Dude, I mean, there's
we'll get to that later.
And then I had, you know.
Dude, my dad fucking blew me, bro.
But I had.
Lost my shit at 11 years old. My Papaaaa. I got sucked off by Papaaaa.
So
I got sucked off by daddy, Pop.
Oh man, that is gross. Nah, but yo, dude, it's funny because if you think about that, bro, like honestly, I used to even tell my friends like, oh yeah, I lost it at 11, and everybody was after when I turned like 18, I was like, that's a pretty stupid lie.
Yeah,
because everybody was excited, but I'm like, that's sad.
Yeah, that's a crazy young age,
insane.
Bro. That's a crazy.
I didn't even have sperm at that age.
Yeah, that's insane.
I remember when I first discovered I had it. I was excited.
Yeah.
I remember I let it in a cup and I was showing my cousin. I'm like, yo, look, this is sperm. And he's like, God, you're so fucking lucky. Like,
little did you know, you'd have plenty more to spare in the future.
Wet dreams and all.
You have gallons.
I woke up with my underwear stuck to my thigh. I'm like, oh, like, what is this?
Got gallons of cum stored in the back like a doomsday prepper.
Don't you miss that?
It's like the end of Indiana Jones, just crates and crates of your cum in a forgotten warehouse.
You have to repopulate, right? You're just trying to repopulate.
Little did you know.
Little did you
That's
know.
so fucking, man. Yeah. That's, you know, it was one of those things, like when you were young, the whole thought of sex, you did think it was cooler. Like you'd be like 12 or something, and you'd be like, yeah, I fucking did some, and you're talking about shit you know nothing about.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing
Nothing
about.
about.
You know?
I mean, you hear it from the hood. You go to, and this is not. It's not even because you're from the hood. Because look what you're from the burbs.
Oh yeah, it's just being a kid, bro.
It's just being a kid.
You hear it from movies. You hear it from older kids.
Oh my gosh! Remember when
So
your
much
parents
from
used
older
to tell you
kids.
close your eyes because they knew where the nudie part was coming?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you
Like, and then you go like this, and you say, oh,
do the usher.
"That's a boob."
Watch this. You definitely. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Yo, shout out to all those old school movies from the 70s and the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Literally just boobs.
So much titty.
Nobody knows about the movie Bachelor Party
Oh yeah.
with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people knows that because everybody's talking about Tom Hanks, Toy Story. I'm like, yo, little did you know.
Oh dude, Bachelor Party.
Tom Hanks.
Or how about
Ferris
this? You want to talk
Bueller?
old school? Porky's. Do you remember that movie? Have you ever seen Porky's?
Porky's.
That's like the first like teen sex movie that I'm aware of. That was in like the 70s. And like honestly, like American Pie and all that shit totally stems from that. That's like, so you know how in like those teen movies they cut a hole in the fucking like boys' bathroom wall and they like stare at the girls?
Yeah.
That's from Porky's.
Got you.
In fact, like the poster, if you watch Porky's, it's like in the O, there's like a I, and it's that.
This was accepted.
It was in like, yeah, that was like the one of the iconic scenes in that movie. So really good.
Yeah.
It was a I mean, it's a good like teen sex movie. You know, fun.
I mean, those movies are fun too.
And back in the day,
from like the nudity, but it
Yeah.
was good movies.
And people didn't know, like, you
the
know,
script was shitty sometimes, but it was like I can watch this.
oh yeah, and people didn't know that stuff was like
Nah.
creepy, like until like now. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, that was our baby. It's cold outside.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, we didn't realize that.
Maybe it's cold outside.
We didn't realize that was.
Yo,
Don't
man.
cut holes in the men's bathroom. That's also really hard.
Yeah.
Considering that you need now as a, you know, as a contractor, I'm realizing the logistics that would take. You know, like you need legitimate power tools to get through that. That's porcelain and cement. You were fucking.
That is crazy.
You're going there. You're getting a grinder from Home Depot.
But
You're getting a
meanwhile-
diamond cut wheel. You're fucking plowing through that.
They didn't make walls like they used to. Like,
Yeah.
walls back in the days was just sheetrock.
That's
like, people
facts.
could literally hear us, and
Yeah,
they just
right.
use one of those
little shit.
little drill.
Yeah,
things,
the little drill
manual
things.
Drills.
Yeah, bro. That shit. That was
Shout
a.
out to Peepholes.
I know, man. What was the first teen movie you watched? That for me it was American Pie.
First teen movie.
That was
I
like my
watched.
first porn.
I
Honestly, was kind of American Pie, if I'm being honest.
first teen movie out. Nah, I'm talking like teen movie. I mean,
Like teen sex, titties, out. Like,
then it had to be Bachelor Party.
were you one of those cool kids though, where you're like your parents let you watch
No.
those types of movies?
So my father, like when my father like was still, he's not dead, but like before he left
Yeah,
us,
yeah,
abandoned
yeah,
us, he used to always like record things with the VCR.
Yeah.
You know, just get a blank cassette and everything, and he'd record movies. I'm talking about we had movies on everything, bro, and it's just like, you know, he'd separate the R-rated ones.
Yeah.
But then it's
just
just
recorded
like,
over your birth.
my mom did it.
He's
Oh,
like,
bro,
Tom Hanks Bachelor
probably-
Party. Had to
probably
watch
did.
it.
But
Papaaaa, the titties. Your mom's freaking out. Papaaaa, the titties, though. All right, I gotta step out.
Oh,
It's
man.
been wild. I gotta step out.
No, my thing was like that. Yeah, my dad, all those movies, we watched it. Me, my brother, my sister, and we seen Ferris Bueller, we seen Bachelor Party, we seen a bunch of old school movies, and those movies were like the ones that showed like a lot of nudity.
Yeah.
So I can give you a bunch, but Bachelor Party is the one that I vividly remember. Bachelor Party, and I want to say, well, this one, yeah, I think just Bachelor Party. That's the one that showed like sex, man.
Yeah.
Then after that, you know, when I got older, the movie Teens,
Yeah.
that one was pretty heavy.
Okay.
You know, like, cause now, now I understood what those type of movies.
Yeah, what they meant and what they were doing.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
I mean, for me, it was more like, you know, of course you had like the Spice Channel,
Yeah.
and occasionally like you'd have a sleepover at your friend's house and they try to find some porn website or something. You did have those, but I think my real primary thing was like sleeping over a friend's house.
Yeah.
And you go to the one friend's house who like their parents let them watch anything.
Yeah.
And for me, that was American Pie. I don't think the writers of American Pie realize how many young boys' sexual awakenings happened
Yeah.
during those 90 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, I remember.
That's
I
funny.
mean, what was her name? Fucking Nadia or whatever.
Nadia,
her tits,
yeah.
fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolute fire. Even what's her name? Who was on How I Met Your Mother and one time at band camp. Even just the suggestive jokes, all of it. Just or I was even thinking about There's Something About Mary.
There's Something About Mary. Yeah.
Great movie. I don't think there's any tits in that, but even just the sex, the innuendo,
The innuendos,
and it just like
the writing was really like sexual,
dude.
like sexually.
But also too, that movie. I was thinking about that movie the other day, and how actually great and like really poignant that movie is.
Yeah.
And how actually incredibly deep that movie is. And
It's a great movie.
It's really great.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like it's criminally underrated. If I'm being
Oh yes, a
real.
lot of old school movies are criminally underrated.
Yeah.
A lot of them, because a lot of people try to like, they don't remember those films anymore.
Yeah.
They're just so used to like anything like 2000s and like later 2000s and up.
But I think
Like the old school ones, like really, really moviegoers. Bro, I used to go to the movies. A lot of these R-rated movies, I was going into them when I was young. You just buy a fake ticket. Oh, I'm going to go see, I don't know, like Ninja Turtles or some weird stuff.
Yeah.
But then you just sneak off to the other movie, the R-rated one.
Yeah.
And me and my friends used to always do that. That's how I seen American Pie.
Every day.
A lot of like a lot of R-rated movies dealing with like horror and all that. Dude, everything was just straight up sneaking in.
Dude,
or if
for
not,
real.
like my father recorded like a bunch of the old school ones.
Oh, dude,
And then also the legal cable.
That's how you had it. But my favorite line in that movie was fucking, Cameron Diaz goes to Matt Dillon. She goes, "What do you do?" He goes, "I work with retards." She's like, "You can't say that."
Yeah.
He's like, "You can't say that." He's like, "Yeah, that's what they tell me." And I tell him, "I'll work with whoever I want."
Yo.
That was like so fucking funny.
Edgy films, bro.
Edgy, but also
Edgy.
too, I feel like that's a movie. Again, I don't mean to go on a tangent, but I feel like that's a movie that could come out like now
Yeah.
and still be great, because the whole lesson is
Great, yeah.
be authentic and do not lie to women. That's the whole thing. It's like all these men are so infatuated by this woman and how she is and everything that they completely lose themselves
Yeah.
just to acquire her.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a great lesson. Even
was
back then I
always a
understood it,
lesson.
but that was such a great lesson to like see and learn in such a funny way too. And also just the vibe of like so many dudes pretending to be her friend.
Yeah.
And they're all like psychos. Like even the crippled guy, he doesn't have an accent. He's not crippled.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. It's so fucking funny.
I think like if you were like a teen in that era, I think it would have been so much fun. Aside from like there's still racism, because
Racism
we
and
still would have been like in another
Columbine
group and stuff. I think I'm talking about way before that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about my the bachelor party type of films and stuff, man. I think that would have been fun, man. Like just drinking and drugs.
Hell yeah. Getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Watching Tomcats.
Tomcats, not Flintstones and Jetsons. Nah, to me, I think that
No,
would be
the
fun.
sex
not
movie,
the
you know what
drugs
I mean?
and stuff, but and the alcohol. To me, it's just like, I don't know. I think that era was kind of like a little more fun.
It was.
At least I always see it as that.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how they portrayed it.
It was a lot more fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's always like social shit, whatever.
Even when we were young, a lot of things were like way.
You could
more
say
fun.
a lot more of what you wanted. You could kind of do whatever you wanted. And also, too, the 90s and like early 2000s were just the heyday of kind of economic prosperity in America as well, too.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing. Even like welfare and benefits were going insanely well.
Yeah.
Until the Taliban put a rein on that parade.
Or did they?
Yeah. Osama bin Laden was the first Karen.
That's a funny way to put it.
He saw America doing so well. He's like, "Hey, you can't do that.
Do that.
I'm going to cancel you." Tried to cancel America.
Man.
That was a hell of a tweet.
Yeah, that was a
9/11. That was a fucking tweet for the ages. Am I right, people?
Man, those days was fun, man. I remember the blackouts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I just missed it. I don't know. I missed a lot of stuff.
Wait, you missed 9/11?
Not 9/11.
Oh. Yeah, I thought you were reminiscing like Fred
just...
Savage in Wonder Years.
Yo, great show.
Oh,
great show.
Perfect.
They brought it back.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I'll probably catch the first
Yes,
episode.
he was directing it. He later got removed from the show. He is now slightly canceled. I don't know. Some weird shit. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you got a little titchy there. And, you know, they gotta take you out, Papaaaa.
You can't. You're not safe anywhere.
Yeah, buddy.
You're not safe anywhere.
You think just because you're Kevin Arthur? Yes. You think just because you're Kevin Arthur, you can do whatever you want, touch whatever you want, Papaaaa? No.
Papaaaa, he canceled Kevin Samuels. Red Bull did.
Instead of munching on some pussy, how about you munch on these chicharrones? Get it out of your system, Papaaaa. And on that note, I think we gotta go.
I think we're good.
We gotta go.
Once we start like rambling,
now we're just talking shit. Is that like a somber version of that?
Yeah, Let's go, Papaaaa.
We'll see you later, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you later. And yeah, man, thanks for just sticking with us.
Yeah, stick with us. Please watch the show. We're back, man.
It's gonna get better.
We got the studio.
That's it.
We're doing our thing. That's really kind of what we were waiting for.
Honestly.
So we've gotten everything together now.
Yeah.
And just know we love you. Yeah. We're going to be here. And thanks for listening. Peace.
Good.
I like how I hit the microphone there.
You did.
Yeah, I know. So smooth.
Oh, yeah. Man. This is so fun.
That was great.
I was trying to hold in my cough a lot, bro. Cough is really... Every time I try to make a point, you know when you feel that tickle,
yeah,
and then I was like, "Good, you saved me." And I kept spitting in the cup. I was acting like I was drinking, but I was spitting. In the cup.
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's that all that, and I still feel the itchiness though. But
double check on your camera if it's still on. I hope it is. It is. It stopped recording. How long did it get? Nothing.
And I pressed record. I pressed it. Fucking shit.
You got nothing? Really? Yeah. All right. Well, this is audio only then.
That's fine.
We're just going to have it be like that.
Yeah.
No pressure. No big deal.
No, but I literally said go, and then I saw the numbers. And
yeah.
I sat down.
That sucks, dude.
Oh. iPhone storage full. So maybe it did record. Let me see. Yeah, it did record. Perfect.
How long though? Whole thing?
We stopped at. Let me see. So vividly, and you know how. I think I saw every episode of Bugs Bunny because we didn't even know what it was. It was we didn't call it Looney Tunes. I think I saw every episode. 50-something minutes. Rocco.
All right.
An hour and 2 minutes.
Okay, so we've been recording for an hour and 18, so I missed the last 16, but I say we still put up the video.
Should we just do it like an ending?
Yeah, let's shoot an ending and be like, hey, guys.
But it's full, so I have to erase something.
Okay.
We just need like a couple seconds.
Yeah, that's really it.
Okay, I'll delete. Damn it, sorry, bro. I thought I was going to hold on.
No, it's all right.
Let me erase a bunch of this crap. Select. Boom. Okay. That should be enough. At least we got an hour and 2 minutes.
Yeah, so that's something, bro.
Okay. Let me set it up. And we could record it. This is a moment where you use Papaaaa. You do not have enough storage to record a video. Please free up space by deleting unneeded apps videos. I did that already, motherflower.
Yeah, maybe close the camera app and then reopen it.
Okay.
See if that works.
Wow.
What? It worked or no?
No, hold on. Pardon me. Let me delete. at least 2 gigs worth of something. That should be good enough.
Yeah, I mean, literally, we're just gonna talk for like a minute and just be like, hey, yo, listen, like, the shit cut off. If you want to hear the last 16 minutes of the pod, listen to the audio.
Yeah. Okay. I think that should be good enough. Let's see.
Or honestly, maybe too, like maybe we can make a little announcement, like, hey, for those watching, we're gonna sound off, like end the pod or whatever. Yeah. But if you want to, we left the last 16 minutes of the audio from the episode. Yeah. Continue if you'd like. Feel free not to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And kind of just do it like that.